for right now, we're going to focus though on how do I use the paper crafting for yourself and for your children. So, number one, use this time to get caught up on all of your regular pages. All of you come into the store and tell me all the time that you're behind on your pages. So now's the perfect time. Dig out those pictures, call the store, let us know what papers you need, what embellishments, and we'll get a kit together for you. We also have, if to that end, a lot of collection packs. Tracy's been showing those on videos, whether it's movies, schools, sports. Get your high school kids involved. Right now, for high school and college students that are suddenly home, this disease, I think, this quarantine period, sheltering period, is more devastating. Number one, because those children are old enough to understand better what's going on, and number two, they're aware of what they're missing out on. So now is a good time for a high school student to scrapbook the beginning of the school year and their sports and drama and band and whatever things they have been participating in. This is a good therapeutic way to remember what has been good in the past, and then reminding themselves that going toward the future, it may not be the school dance that's, the spring fling isn't going to happen next week, but down the road, it will happen. And then younger children, they can do pages. A really comforting thing for little kids especially, but for all of us, are our pets. So now's the perfect time to do some pet pages. If you haven't scrapbooked your pets, shame on you. I have my dog, now deceased, but had several scrapbooks of her own. So these are a good time for those kinds of pages too, because it brings us comfort, and it's also an activity that a younger kid can do. The card making, as I was saying, Lisa's working on that, and we have many demo day cards that Tracy's been showing you. Those are perfect little kits that you can get. By the way, if you've been in a store recently and seen the cost of a card, these kits are a huge bargain, but that's an aside. Anyway, that's a great activity for kids. Think about sending cards. Our postal workers are still working, so now's a great time. You can mail a card to the grandparents that you can't go and visit. And another idea that I thought of, I think you could, all of the senior living, well, all the nursing homes are closed to visitors, but some of the senior living homes are also closed. I have a client who, this is where I put in that I sell real estate, plug. But I have a client who lives in senior living, and her family cannot go visit her. So even if you think about people that you know in that situation, they'd be great ones to send a card to. If you don't have somebody in that situation, why not send a card just to the nursing home and ask the staff, please pass this to someone who's not getting visitors or mail. Like we do for the military, where you can send a card to any military soldier. I think we should be doing that for our nursing home residents too. So think about that, card making. The next thing is, we talked about scrapbooking your regular scrapbook pages, but I think also try to be creative and think about scrapbooking this time period that we're in now. If it's too hard for you right now, if you're too stressed, just collect things and set them aside to do later. But the Spanish flu was our last pandemic, and that was in 1918. So it's been 100 years, and in my mind, we're not going to see this kind of thing for another 100 years. So God willing, this is the only time we're going to live through this. Your children someday will want to know how you felt during this time of uncertainty. So make sure that you take some notes, think about it. We're going to send you, post some journaling prompts to get you thinking about what you want to do. Tracy is working on designing some special papers and page ideas. And you may think, well, scrapbooking something that is difficult. seems bizarre, but I will tell you that I have a very meaningful scrapbook about my cancer experience, and this is just a page that I did when we were in Florida during Hurricane Charlie. Obviously, it was a devastating time. People died. There was loss of property and life, but it was still something worth documenting. And so think about the fact that not all of our pages have to be, joyful occasions. Sometimes it's important to record and preserve the memories of a difficult time too. And that leads me to think about a different kind of scrapbooking. It's a big joke around here at the store because I personally have more scrapbooks about myself than anybody I know. Most of our scrapbookers say, "Oh, I'm not even in the pictures." Well, I'm the star of many, many scrapbooks. But now would be a good time to think about doing those kind of albums that touch on things, not the activities that you're doing, but the you that you are. So, one example is many years ago, let's see, this was from 2008, 2008. I did this scrapbook, The ABCs of Me. And so I went through. A was for Alaska because I lived there before. B is for books. C is for celebrities because I just love celebrities. So you get the idea. This would be a great project with your kids. So Tracy's working on some papers, but right now we already have in stock this cool ABC paper. This would be ideal for your cover page. And I would say start talking to your kids now. Ask them if they can think of something about themselves for every letter of the alphabet. That would be a fun one to do. Another one, when I turned 59, I started taking pictures of my feet everywhere I went until I turned 60. And I have a whole album that I call Stepping into 60. But I think it would be fun right now, start thinking about something maybe like this, or use that as an idea to prompt yourself for a different focus. But focus on some different way to express what you're going through. So if, for example, you went with the feet pictures, it could be all of your feet up while your whole family's on the couch watching movies, or you're taking a walk to get exercise and fresh air, but you're staying 6 feet apart. Whatever those things are that are touching on our lives right now, those are great things to record. And I had talked about the gratitude album. This is one that I did, and it was posted. If you've been a long-time customer, I don't remember what year this was, but I did a gratitude book for every day of November one year. And so I would say that now is a perfect time to do a gratitude album. It can be in here is I'm obviously grateful for my family. One day I had a cold, so I was grateful for cold medicine. I was grateful for books. You get the idea. It could be those kinds of things, but you also might want to think about, in particular, the gratitude that we can have even while we're going through this crisis. So who are the people that we are grateful for? The delivery man who's bringing you toilet paper, okay? The grocery store clerks that are keeping the food, such as it is, on the shelves. So a gratitude album is another great thing, and we're going to put some prompts on about that. Okay, one last album idea. This I did with food papers, recipe for a happy family. And all of our families, we all have something that we do within our family, and we want to remember it. It's our personal family traditions. I'm not talking about holidays, other things. So like in our family, when my daughter was little, first snowfall, we always made snow cream. So I did a little layout and I included the recipe for snow cream. We always, and to this day we do it, even though my daughter is now a mother herself. Did I mention I have a grandson? Oh, anyway, every time we cross over railroad tracks, we always say, feet up, and we all lift our feet up. Don't ask me why. You get the idea. We try and do something special whenever it's a full moon, that kind of thing. So, what is it that your family does as an everyday tradition? Don't think about holidays, just think about those other things. There's going to be lots more videos and prompts on the Facebook page for the store and on the emails. So be watching for all of that. We appreciate so much that our customers are being so loyal, and we want to help you. One of the best things that you can do when you're depressed is try and help somebody else. And so I appreciate that Tracy let me do this, because this was something I felt like I could share and hopefully help somebody, if only one of you gets one idea from this. So before I say goodbye, I just have one question to ask all of you. Just, does this nose make my hips look fat?